The lockdowns are destroying small business. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. We're going to have a look at this article from ABC News discussing, well, the new lockdown that's occurred now in Victoria. Fourth lockdown. And it's throwing, well, casual workers and small businesses into panic. It's destroying them. This is why you can make the argument that it's an attack on the middle class. Again and again and again. And epidemiologists in the past would advocate against these type of things because the effectiveness of it is anecdotal. And now it's mathematically been proven to not have a significant or a measurable effect on addressing morbidity. So, let's before we go through this, because this topic frustrates me, guys. Let's look at some of the government coming to the rescue, and I want to focus on just propping up of the economy here. External administrations, because they've changed the rules, are at an all-time low. Okay, this is normal. This level is when we had our first recession. First recession in 28 years, okay? You wouldn't think companies needing external administrators would crash in half, would you? You've got JobKeeper. Oh, well, no, this shows you the percentage. It's creeping back up again. Oh, I haven't brought the JobKeeper stats here. Not today. JobKeeper's propping up all these businesses as well, everyone. But let's have a look at this article from the ABC. Because I feel for the people that have got a business, they've prepared, they've had money, they've put aside, they've bought stock, and then now this is pulled on them. So Victoria's fourth COVID-19 lockdown, remember when it was just 2 weeks, throws casual workers and small businesses into panic. Well, all the more reason to have casual workers now. Think about it. Are you going to keep people on full time if there's a risk that you'll be locked down and you're still incurring costs? It may be billed as just 1 week, but for casual workers and small business owners, the fourth Victorian lockdown that starts today is terrifying, and this is from yesterday. The entire state of Victoria has gone into a snap 7-day lockdown due to rising COVID cases, with non-essential businesses like hairdressing, entertainment and gyms forced to close. Melbourne cafe worker Bella Drummond is one of the estimated 500,000 Victorians that are employed casually. I'm casual, so if I don't work, I don't get paid. But you get paid a loading, so you get paid more than normal. That's the whole point of casual. But that doesn't mean my expenses stop. I've got rent, bills, internet, utilities, school fees, groceries, car payments, pet bills, you name it. Well, pet bills. Groceries, shop in bulk. School fees, go to a cheaper school. Or ask for an extension. Cut your internet type down. Anyway, she worked her last shift at a cafe in South Yarra yesterday before it closed for dine-in trade for the lockdown. The 22-year-old full-time student has no savings in the bank, and she doesn't have a credit card. Oh, well, that's good that she doesn't have a credit card, but people need to get emergency funds. This is what they're for. Everyone, you need to build it up. I'm a little worried, actually, she said. Well, maybe if she's at this point where she's got no money set aside, she needs to move back home if she can. It's just the uncertainty. I don't know when my next shift will be. I don't know where my next paycheck is coming from. I don't know where I'll pay my rent from. I'm a little concerned that this lockdown won't be for 1 week. It's hard for me to believe that 7 days will actually be 7 days and not 100 days like last time. I'm trying to figure out my contingency plan and what I'll do next and how I'll survive. I'm lucky that I have a partner who works and family who will support me. But I know lots of others in the same situation and I have no idea what they'll do. So she's checked up with someone and she's got family, so she'll be fine. Where did the ABC find these people? I mean, do journalists put the call out on social media? That would have to be it, wouldn't it? And then people want to get in the paper? Why has she got no savings? Where's the are we going to have like a Dave Ramsey section in this article, critical of people not putting something aside? At least she doesn't have a credit card. That's a good sign. Bella's boss is in a bind too. Miss Drummond's boss, Melissa Glentis, would like to pay her casual staff while they're not working during lockdown. But after 15 months of COVID-19, her business is in the red. Well, you don't pay people if they don't work, okay? I mean, come on. This is crazy. What type of boss wants to pay people who don't work? Of course, you'd like to pay them. What you'd like the government to give you free money so you just push it onto them. 1 week of lockdown cost us roughly $50,000 over 2 sites, and that's because we're losing our biggest trading times on weekends and other functions, she said. Every time we go into lockdown, we lose stock that's perishable, and it's unlikely we'll be able to resell it. And then there's the loss of income. Our weekend trade, our lockdowns always happen at the busiest times with weekends and after-hours functions. How much does a 7-day lockdown cost? Well, the question is it worth it? Is it worth it? Are there any economists on these health advisory panels? Not that that'd make a difference, probably be Keynesians. Just say print money, don't worry about it. Early estimates from the lobby group Small Business Australia place the cost of this 7-day Victorian lockdown at $1 billion in lost economic activity, while the Grattan Institute puts it slightly lower at $900 million. The Commonwealth Bank chief economist, Garrett Arad, is estimating an even higher cost. We think that the direct cost of a 7-day lockdown in Victoria will be around $1.3 billion, he said. Any lockdown is more costly to businesses and workers from here than it was at the end of JobKeeper. Of course, this is a cost. There is a cost to not locking down too, is there? Is there? Has anyone measured it? We'll see. This is the thing. This is what we're reading here. What we're about to read here is going to be complete fear-mongering. I've done a video. I put it up on Odyssey. Looking at the effectiveness of lockdowns in mitigating the spread of this illness and reducing the mortality rate of it. It's been mathematically proven to have no dramatic effect. There's no demonstrable effect of the lockdowns. Epidemiologists were arguing publicly against these type of interventions when we had all remember the bird flu and all of this other stuff. We had the same hysteria. This is why I put the tinfoil hat on. And one might think, why the overreaction? Why such an insane overreaction? Is it because it's completely novel, completely unknown? Is it because everyone in the civil service has been primed and pre-prepared, so they're all at heightened sense of urgency, and so they jump on anything? The Grattan Institute's Daniel Wood said the cost of letting the virus run rampant is difficult to put a number on, but it would be far more costly in the wrong run. How do you know? How do you know? Once the virus is spreading the community, there is inevitably an economic hit, she said. Even though a short lockdown is costly, it is likely to be less you haven't given me any numbers. Cafe owner Miss Glentis believes the lockdown will be harder than previous ones because the debt crunch is getting more severe. It's going to be hard, I can't deny that. There'll be a lot of juggling, and my team comes first, she said. My team is mostly on full-time salaries. How do I pay them? We're getting further into debt. Well, that's just stupid. That's completely stupid. Okay, this owner is an idiot. Sure, you like your team. It's a coffee shop. The skills to work in a business like this, they're highly flexible. You need to, rather than going into debt, you're going to go into debt and destroy a business. Then no one will have a job. You're going to have to tell them, guys, you're going to have to step up and tell them I can't pay you. Or I can only pay you 1 day. I can't burn through all my money to destroy a business and it'll all disappear. You've got to figure something out. What about the food? Give that to your workers. Let them sell that. Let them feed themselves off that for a week. This is the first lockdown that Victoria will go through without federal government JobKeeper. And this is it. Which gave businesses battling downturn a wage subsidy for permanent workers. See, this is what really scares me. We're having all this push to more government support coming from left, right, and centre, every bloody thing. The Council of Trades Union is calling on the Commonwealth to urgently restate it during Victoria's lockdown. Well, now let Victoria do it. Let them do it. Let people actually feel the damage. Let them feel the damage of what's going on. Let the generation that voted in these idiots that are implementing these lockdowns, let them feel it. Let their businesses get destroyed, not their children and children's children have a tax burden through their whole life. That'd be fair. Rules that force commercial real estate owners to negotiate on rents with businesses battling downturn have also expired. We're back to full rent, she said. The major festival rising was supposed to take place in Melbourne this weekend, but it is now refunding tickets for the entire 7-day lockdown. It's a complex event with 750 artists and 1,000 staff. 120 projects. Okay. It's not just as simple as picking up and moving it. We always understood this was a possibility in this environment, but like everyone, you get to a certain level of feeling confidence. So it's a huge blow. Hearing the news about a person being in ICU with COVID-19 and thinking more broadly about people around the world puts it in perspective. One person. No discussion. I was talking to some ladies today, asking if you're going to get the jab. And I said I'm hesitant. I don't feel like I need to get it here in Queensland at all. But why isn't the media talking about lowering obesity? If you're overweight and obese, you're 40 times more likely to be hospitalized. That's one way to ensure less impact on their healthcare system. And of course, they're all very, very polite ladies, so I don't think they've thought about that. The media should be ramming it home. Major events have been unable to get insurance for cancellations associated with the pandemic. Well, and they shouldn't. That's the risk, guys. Regional Victoria is also in lockdown. Margaret Collette is a receptionist at the 32-room Phillip Island Apartments in Regional Victoria. She's been fielding calls for cancelled visits. People are feeling sad about not being able to come up. Many are rebooking rather than just cancelling. It's a shame, but my attitude is keep calm and carry on. Miss Charlotte also works casually, and the 7-day lockdown means she will be dipping into her savings. Good. At least she has a savings. The owner of the regional tourism destination, Eura Butter Factory, is also hopeful the snap lockdown will work. They'll just put another one in. It's good to do it this way rather than deal with the repercussions of an extended lockdown. This is the problem, everyone. People have now been conditioned to think that it's better to do this than to have a longer lockdown. They're not even questioning the validity of having these interventions. Do you really think that we're not going to have these things pop up again and again and again and again and again and again? We're doing this lockdown to protect everyone. The venue's wedding season is over, but a conference booked this weekend has been cancelled. The business was also due to launch a new restaurant this Friday, but has not stocked up the kitchen yet, so thankfully won't need to get rid of much produce. Even so, he said his business will lose thousands because of the lockdown. So what's being offered for small business? Acting Premier James Merlion said at the lockdown announcement on Thursday that full assistance for businesses would be announced in coming days. A Victorian government spokesperson said the Victorian government has invested more than $6 billion in direct economic support to Victorian businesses and workers to help them to get through the pandemic and recover strongly, and we will continue to support them. After the last lockdown in February, the state announced a $143 million package designed to help businesses, including sole traders that lost income as a result of the 5-day upheaval. That includes a $2,000 one-off payment for businesses and sole traders. It's expected that a similar package will be revealed again. However, Ms. Glentis is furious that a lockdown was announced yesterday without having that sort of detail already planned to ensure business confidence. The most frustrating part is that after 15 months, there are still no contingency plans in place. It's a constant afterthought, she said. Well, welcome to government. Welcome to bureaucracy. What did you vote for? What do you expect? You're not voting for competent people, are you? I'm just really frustrated. Furious, actually. I can't believe we're here for the 4th time. Wait till I call you up for the 8th where you do the same interview. If there is a constant uncertainty in the market, then how are we going to get out of that debt? Melbourne's Lord Mayor, Sally Capp, told ABC News Breakfast that more support is needed for businesses. We do need confidence and certainty from the state government and federal governments about assistance for those in need, she said. We have to really be worried about how people can keep bouncing back from these lockdowns. It's so difficult. It takes an enormous amount of effort, and of course, in this environment, there is no JobKeeper, rental assistance programs are finished. The federal government has indicated that it will not reinstate JobKeeper despite Victoria's latest crisis. Well, Victoria has to bear the burden of what it's doing. Maybe if people actually experience the damage, the loss of this government intervention, they might be more critical of it. They might not be so happily accepting it. Right now, the cost of these interventions is being borne by future generations, everyone. The Victorian government already has a range of support schemes in place for people doing it financially tough during the lockdowns, including emergency food packages, support for international students, and a rolling business support package worth $3 billion. In a statement, Victorian government said the state has so far provided $6 billion in support measures for workers and businesses and will continue to do so. Back in Melbourne, Ms. Drummond is just hoping the lockdown will end within 7 days. If it goes any longer, she will consider going to Centrelink to apply for JobSeeker. They need to think of doing a one-off payment for casuals if this is going to be just a week. I'll be sitting at home watching the news, just waiting and worrying. There's nothing more I can do. Well, what you could do, Bella, what you could do is insist that ABC pays you for the use of your images and this article. They should be paying you $1,000. That'll help get you over. You know, they really should. Why not? Hit them up. Hit them up. They're going to make money from this. They'll get clicks and interaction. Why not? Well, what do you reckon, guys? What do you think? Do you think people will start to be critical of it? There's no discussion against it. No criticism here of someone not having any savings or emergency fund. It's the ABC, and people think ABC's balanced. They think it's balanced. I did a survey asking how many people should privatize it, and some people think it's balanced. Come on. The thing is, what type of Australia do you want to live in? Do you want to live in an ABC Australia, where they select people based on gender and race? Or do you want to live in a Sky News Australia, where it's more based on merit and your ability? Which one would you rather? I wonder. Anyway, guys, what's the solution to this? Financial literacy. And sadly, we need people to feel the pain of these government interventions, or else it's just going to keep happening again and again and again without any political repercussions. So no, somehow I think that will. By the time the repercussions are felt, well, it'll be another generation paying the price, won't it? As always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.